And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
How did that happen, Glenn? The fifth inning. How did that happen? How do you do that? How do you snap the feet out of the jaws of victory? How? Please, someone explain this to me. What in the hell did I just watch on TV? Oh,
well.
I'm going, holy shit, look at this. We talked about this in the pregame, Glenn, right? We talked about it. We're like, hey, you know what? We got to have the middle of the lineup do something. They have to do something. And they stepped up. Judge with the home run, Stan with the home run, Jazz Chisholm with the home run. Come on, they were getting it done. And then you go out there in the fifth inning and you can't catch a damn ball. Oh, man. How does that happen? The captain.
Wait a sec. Did he leave the starter in too long, Eric?
No. He was dealing, man. He was dealing.
I guess he gave up 5 runs.
Garrett Cole pitched his ass off. He pitched his ass off. He got through that. Not only did he get through the fifth inning, he came back and almost pitched 2 more innings. Oh, God. Catch the damn ball. God. Cover first base, Cole. Don't get me wrong. He pitched a great game, but cover the bag, dude. What are you doing? This you either win or you go home. Oh, man. I couldn't believe. The one that was bad was Judge. He should have had that ball. He knows better. And to an extent, you know what probably happened to Cole? The guy was standing on the mound for about 15 minutes before that freaking ground ball went to first base. He's probably freaking gassed. He was probably delirious. Oh, God, that was so bad, dude. And then, of course,
I would have taken him out, man. I would have taken him out. I don't care he gave up no earned runs.
And look, and this is what's going to happen. You give the Dodgers breathing room. You gave them 6 outs, man. You're giving away free outs to a team that can freaking put a cricket number. And that's exactly what they did.
Yep.
Oh, fudge, dude. Damn.
Yep.
Damn. Oh, well, congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
We can move on. Giants talk returns soon.
Yes. As a matter of fact, probably tonight. We'll get right into it tonight, as a matter of fact. Yes, Fossey, in a bit of good news for the Giants, right? Here is our friendly Yankees friend. Guys, it was a lucky game, so I know the Dodgers are a stronger team, so it is what it is. What am I thinking? Yeah, I hear you, dude. Oh, just the way it went down, man. I cannot believe that's what I was witnessing. I mean, it was absolutely incredulous. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there. Yes, LD, correct. I'm sitting here watching a game just going, what is going on? Seriously, what? Can they not catch a ball? I mean, you saw the judges like, okay, let's let Cole's pitching well. Let's get through this. And then Volpe throws a freaking knuckler to freaking Jazz Chisholm at third base. I'm like, all right, now the bases are low. I say, what are you going to do here, guys? Come on. And then, of course, Freddie Freeman, later on in the inning, gets a 2-run single up the middle, scored 2 runs, tied it up, and the rest was freaking history. Well, actually, I shouldn't say the rest is history because the Yankees came back, scored 1, but they couldn't hold on. And then I don't know why Aaron Boone decided to go to Canley in the 8th inning. Maybe because Weaver was gassed from yesterday, I guess. But
he was Eric. He was at a gas, man.
Bases loaded. You're talking about Weaver?
Yeah, he couldn't. That was it. He was stick a pin in him. He was done, man.
Canley just did not get it done, dude. You cannot load the bases. Load the bases, no outs. What do you think's going to happen? Come on. What do you think is going to happen when you get the bases loaded and no outs? You know they're going to score at least 1 run. Yes, Giants report, LD. I see everyone. Fossey, what's up, guys? Hey, it is what it is. You know, do we have any stake in the game? No, not at all. I just didn't want to see the Dodgers win, man. That's the whole. As a Giants fan, I did not want to see the Los Angeles Dodgers hoist World Series trophy tonight. Now we could start. What's up, Gravy? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, dude. Now, yes, Giants Soto sweepstakes can now begin, right? Oh, yep. We have a major stake in the game. Nah, I know what you're saying. You're talking about as far as the Dodgers. I get it. Anton Smith, congratulations, Dodger fan. Congratulations. You guys finally got the World Series to be proud of. Took you a while, hey, but you got it, man. Hey, you guys won 98 games during the regular season and the postseason. You guys took care of business. You guys had your back against the wall. And, yeah. I hear you, Bill. No, I hear you. Bill, exactly. I understand what you're saying, but hey, dude, you can't. The way that it went down, that's the issue. Look, Bill, I tell you what, if it was how do you want to say it? Without the defensive miscues, would have been a little bit different. But because it was so sloppy in the 5th inning, it turned the game sour, man. It's like it's one thing to get beat when you're getting beat, but when you're beating yourself, man, that's no fun. That's no fun. But yes, the day will come tomorrow. I did not lose my birthday. My birthday will still come around. I get it. I understand. I just don't like to see the damn Dodgers win, man. That's the issue. I don't want to see the Dodgers win. Again, because I'm a San Francisco Giants fan.
They were asking us in the pregame show my prediction on the strikeouts. I was wrong by half a strikeout. He struck out 6 tonight, Eric.
Yeah, I said at a minimum 6. Look at that. I was right. Hey, Cole. You know what else I was right about? I said the middle of the lineup has got to step up, and they did.
Anyway, I kind of disagree with you, but then again, I don't know much about baseball, Eric. Garrett Cole, 6 2/3, gave up 5 runs, 4 hits, walked 4, Eric. So I wouldn't call that a gem by any stretch.
No.
Isn't it a gem?
I'll tell you what.
Raiders in. Hey,
yeah, what's up, dude? He's joining us from Twitter. Appreciate that, Cryptic. I tell you what. Yes, it wasn't. But you know what? He battled, dude. He absolutely battled. Jack Flaherty had nothing. 0. Zilch. Exactly what I wanted to see happen. Get into that bullpen. And, well.
Oh, well, it's over. It's over. Who cares? It's done.
It's over.
That's it. What?
It's over.
So free agency will start on Monday, Eric.
It will, but nothing will happen yet. It will take a while. Time to transition. Why not? Get the hell out of here.
I was reading I read a good article today, Eric. Your old let's see where it is. See if I can find it again. Your old friend over there in San Jose had an instant success today. Man, I read this and I was just like, come on.
What's up? Look at this. We got the Dodgers fans showing up. Hey, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Hey,
EastBayTimes.com today. Check out EastBayTimes.com. Your old buddy, what's his name? Kurtenbach or whatever. Says, same old Giants. Rushed in to sign in Posey, and now we haven't done anything in a month. Like, come on, dude. It's the World.
It's the World Series. No, you don't do nothing. No one does anything during it. You do little minor moves. That's all you do, man. Come on.
Exactly.
Jim, yes, you have. Since day one of military history, day one of Giants Sports Talk Live. Jim, I appreciate you, dude. You're awesome. You are awesome. Even though you're a Dodgers fan. I don't hold that against you.
He's just sneaky. I never know which name he's coming in under.
No, he had someone hack that. Someone hacked his.
He was hacked.
Yeah, he was hacked.
Oh, he got it. He was hacked and he's back. Good.
He's hacked and he's back. Yes.
At least I know. I see him in there and I know who he is.
He was Rams' own SC. I think that's what he was there for a little bit. But he's back now. Jim Everett is back. Oh man, it was just I was feeling good again. Congratulations to all you Dodger fans.
Yeah.
Hey. You guys earned it. I can't say that you guys didn't earn it because you guys did. But as a Giants fan, it stings. It stings just a little bit because the Giants got a lot of work to do. All my Giants guys out there, Giants got a lot of work to do. How are you going to compete with this? Huh? How are you going to compete with Arizona? How are you going to compete with San Diego? How are you going to compete with LA? It's a tall task. Let's see if Buster Posey is up to it. Moji, what's up, dude?
All right. Congrats to
that. Fatsy, congrats, Dodgers. Still hate you guys. Yes. It's not an anger hate. It's a rivalry hate. A little bit different. Okay. Instant, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Remove Soto from the Yanks. Are they really that much better than the Giants, especially with Judge being a no-show in the postseason? Well, here's the thing, Instant. Well, shit, I don't want to get into that. Give me a little bit, Instant, and I'll break it down as far as of what Soto can do for the Giants, because the Giants got some guys, man. You got Elliot Ramos, who's a young and upcomer, right? You got Fitzgerald, who may or may not be something. You got Bryce Eldridge, by the way, who made the cover of Baseball America. Again, a lot of people are high on young Bryce Eldridge.
Opening day.
He could be something. So let's see what happens. We'll get into that a little bit later here, guys.
Like the beam, buddy. Opening day. Get Eldridge in there.
San Francisco, or I say SF, I'm sorry, 28. Giants need to have a plan B this offseason. Yes, very nervous for us. Absolutely. Correct.
Be interesting what that plan B is going to be, Eric.
Have I seen the latest Andrew Baggerly article? When did he write it? We could take a look at it, dude. When did it come out, by the way?
It's probably more exciting than this one. Here's a quote from the article I read today. All right. Posey was presented mostly by third parties as the counter. Are you ready for this, Eric? Unlike Zaidi, would be an expert communicator. You can disagree with how Zaidi ran the club, but there was never a doubt that he knew how to do it. There was never a doubt that he knew how to do it. I had my doubts.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I think I could do it this way.
I had many a doubt.
Let's go, Andrew. See, you guys are already freaking getting me sidetracked here. Here we go. Let's find them.
You bringing up the article of your own?
I guess Baggerly had an article earlier today, so I'm going to take a gander. Is that the newest one? Are you talking about? Is it the one about Bryce Eldridge? Giants report. Is it about Bryce Eldridge?
I can't find anything on
If
that.
it is, then I know I got the right one. If not, what's up, Johnny? Eric and Glenn here in Burbank, celebrating the Dodgers victory. My father is smiling down from blue heaven.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. I am happy for your family. It's the latest one from day. Okay, I'll tell you. I'm happy for your family. I'm glad you're able to honor your father's Dodger fandom. God rest his soul. As a Giants fan, it hurts, man. It hurts. Oh, the primer. Okay, gotcha. I see that one. Got it. Thank you, Giants. I didn't know if that was the new one or if it was the other one. Okay.
I wonder when the parade is going to be now, Eric.
With who, what, and where?
We got some guys who are going to want to go to the parade.
Oh, absolutely. There's going to be a couple of guys. I think Johnny Owen wants to go to the parade. I don't know if Jim. Mm-hmm. I think Jim is in Fresno in the end of that area, right, Jim?
No, Johnny was going to go to the parade, so he must be excited.
Benji will probably be at the parade. I wouldn't be surprised. He lives down there. Yep.
Of course. Benji will be there.
Yeah. I got it locked and loaded. Giants report. I got it locked and loaded. Look at Senior. F the parade. He is that Senior is not a happy camper.
Sorry to hear that, Mark. June.
Camper.
That's pretty fresh. So sorry about that.
Ooh, sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. I know how that is. I also lost my father at a young age, so I know how that is. It's not easy, man. All it does, it just takes time. I know it's a lot of people say that. I get it. It's easier said than done. I understand how that is, but hopefully you get through it all, man. Just hang in there. It's all good. It gets better.
He appreciates that, Eric. So, after last night's show, I sat back, reflected for about an hour after our show last night. I kind of heated at the end, and I thought, you know what? These guys in the chat, we met some of them over at Oracle Park. I had a couple of meet and greets. You came down for a meet and greet one afternoon.
I met a few of them in Sacramento.
Yes, that's right, over at the AAA game. But don't you feel like you know these guys? It's like a big family.
Like honestly, it really does.
You know these guys.
What's up, Mario? Thank you, Mario. Much appreciated, dude.
They could pass me in the airport. I wouldn't know who they are.
I know I'm not for everybody. I know I get a little bit crazy sometimes, but hey, dude, one thing that is not lacking is my passion for wanting the Giants to win. Everyone has different ideas of how the Giants should win, and that's fine. That's cool, man. But I just want the Giants to win, man. I'm a Giants fan, and that's what I want. And hopefully, we're here to entertain and have fun. And again, like to share ideas with everyone. I've talked about that ad nauseum.
Bossy says, dads are always with us. One thing I noticed the last couple of games, and especially tonight, Eric, they say, baseball's a dying game and, the future of the game in America. Did you see how many kids were there with their folks?
Yeah, that's awesome, isn't it?
Sons and dads.
Oh, did you see what the Yankees did
moms
today? And
dads.
The Yankees did a class act today. They remember the two freaking, what do you want to call them? Idiots who tried to take the Met off of Betts' hand. Remember the two guys? Yeah. Well, they gave their tickets to a 15-year-old cancer kid with his mom and his two brothers. So they gave away the tickets to them, which was cool. Yeah, class act by the Yankees. Unfortunately, they witnessed a debacle in the fifth inning.
Good on the Yankees, but man, can't you smell a lawsuit?
Oh no, man! You're trying to rip a player's glove off. They're lucky they didn't get freaking punched in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. It's one thing to get the ball. You're trying to rip his glove.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I feel you, and I absolutely agree. But I just say that's kind of, if that was me, I'd be like, just sue you.
That's a bit much. It is a bit much. There's no doubt about it.
You take my tickets. I bought those tickets. But anyway, good job, Yankees.
Here we go.
I kind of like that a lot.
Let's go, TC. That's what I'm talking about. Right. You're 100% correct. Posey is now on the clock. It's time to get some work done now. Let's
That's right.
Pull up your bootstraps, right? Pull up your boots by your bootstraps and let's get freaking dirty. Let's find out what happens, man. Come on.
I used to hate that. Now I like it. Light the beam, Eric. I'm going to steal that from up in Sacramento. I like that.
Light the beam.
Light the beam.
Fosse taking a trip down memory lane. There you go. Fell in love with baseball because of my dad. Same here, Fosse. I'll be taking my son to a bunch of Giants games and hope that he falls in love with the game too. Right on, man. Got to carry on that tradition, dude. It's baseball is just I know it's been described by many people who've been are much more eloquent than I, but it's America's pastime, man. And it's more than just even the sport. It's about and I said this before, it's about the relationships that are built around the game. There's so much that is built around the game, right? Hey, look at this, guys. If it wasn't for the game of baseball, are we going to be sitting here? Am I going to be sitting here talking to Glenn? Would I've ever met him? Nope. Would I've ever met you guys in the chat?
Sure.
Nope. Not at all. And it's because, well, technology as well. But if it wasn't for the game, we wouldn't be able to be sitting here, talking about freaking baseball. It's awesome, man.
Hey, bringing them in tonight, Eric. 24 people just dropping by our Twitter feed tonight. That's a good number too.
Not too bad. Like good. Hey, you know what?
Say hi to all you guys over there in Twitter world.
I'm thinking of throwing the link out. Anyone wants to talk about the World Series?
Come on. We'll have an open forum tonight. Why don't we do that, Eric?
Why not?
We're not doing a 12-hour show or nothing, but you can come on.
No. That will come as soon as the ink is dry on the signing, or I shouldn't say the ink is dry because that'll take forever. Soon as it's announced Soto is going to be a Giant, then we will do our 12-hour shift again.
Oh, good. I hope he does it next
Kyle,
week.
disgusting. All right, the link is out there, guys. So if you guys want to join in, you guys are more than happy to. Again, if you want to talk, you could just turn off the camera and just talk. It's up to you guys. Or hey, if you guys want to join us with camera too, that's fine. So let's hear it. If you guys have any, it doesn't have to be specific to this World Series. You can talk about any World Series memory that you have. It's the end. It's the end of the baseball season now, guys. 2024 is officially over. We can now look forward to what is going to happen here in 2025. Maybe big things for the Giants. Who knows? You're
stuck with Schmuck 1 and Schmuck 2 talking some Giants baseball for a change. And even though I would come in with my little fedora, I wore my Canadian Football League championship hat. See, I got that Grey Cup championship. I've got my Winnipeg Jets hat. I've got my Sharks hat. Eric, I still once in a while popped in the postseason supporting the colors. My black one. Tonight I get the orange on. Because at the end of the day, Eric, you and I are still San Francisco Giant fans. And that's what it's all about. Now, we didn't make the postseason, which was a real disappointment. Not unexpected. We didn't make it. It's all right. I really did enjoy this postseason, and I enjoyed it with you and the guys in the chat too.
Oh, man. I tell you what. What is up, Disney 99? Hey, I'm a huge Disney fan, by the way. Just so you know, for the record, love Disneyland. Huge fan. I think I've been there over 20 times with my daughter when she was little. Yes. Lots of rumors here in Anaheim that the Angels. Whoa, hold on. Lots of rumors here in Anaheim that the Angels will go after Soto. Interesting.
Yeah, and today I heard San Diego. I heard the Blue Jays. Oh, geez, Eric, let the floodgates open. Let them open.
They got the money. They got the money, man.
All kinds of reports online tonight. I was reading Padres. It's all over. Padres are getting them, and he wasn't going to leave. Holy cow. The green room. Do we got enough snacks in there, Eric?
Yeah, we're good. Hey, Disney, if you have a source, that would be great. So then I could go look at it. We could all read it together. All right, we got a couple of guys here in the green room. Let's bring them in. First off, we got Giants Report. What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Good. You're a 49er media too, right?
Correct.
I remember.
And somebody's undercover. Someone is undercover tonight, Eric. He's coming in as fifth inning depression. We'd like to welcome a familiar face, but a new name, fresh to the show.
Yes. What is up, Abraham? I know, dude. I know, man. Me and you, we were going back and forth. For a while there, I was like, I just got to stop. I don't want to jinx it no more. What's up, Justin? I don't want to jinx it no more, man. I was like, you know what? I got to stop for a little bit. I don't know what the hell. I'm just.
The baseball gods penalize errors, man. You cannot survive. You You can't give the best team in baseball 6 extra out, 3
You
extra
can't,
outs,
man.
dude. You just can't do it, man.
No,
You can't.
no.
And now we have Dilly in here. What's up, Dilly? Just we'll get to everybody as soon as we can. But yeah, go for it, Ibrahim. I mean, it's just
Abraham, you're right on the money, man. You
good.
gave the Dodgers an 11-inning game tonight.
Oh yeah.
I
It was
just
an 11-inning, 6 extra outs there, man.
and I know everyone in the chat's gonna say my glasses. I think it's just a blue light thing, but
That's fine.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, my thing is this: watching that, I got so into it and I was so crushed. And I was like, it'd be nice if I could just root for my team in the postseason instead of my big moment for the year is rooting for San Diego
I
in the divisional, rooting for the Mets and the NLCS, rooting for the Yankees in the World. Like the gap between, I think I put it in there. Like the gap between us and the Dodgers is so wide.
So wide.
Like we're not even close to the Yankees, and the Yankees showed that they're not even close to LA's level. And so I got nothing. I'm just deflated.
I hear you.
I'm just So.
Giants report. Talk to me, man. What you got in your mind?
I don't know, dude. This because I'm a big Niners fan. It almost feels like this is the version of the Chiefs where it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, it does. Even though the Giants aren't in it, just seeing the Dodgers win, it just gives you that sick feeling, man. Like, what are we freaking watching?
And I'm like, dude, seriously, we let a team that just always buys to win the game. They're not even developing a ton of guys. Like
hey,
what the
I mean,
Giants, we're known for. It's like,
unfortunately, that's just one of the ways that you can build a team, man. You can either spend money, you could draft and develop, you could trade. They do. Well, all three of them excellent. The only thing with the draft and developing, they don't use it for their own organization. They use it to go get trades.
Yeah.
They use their draft picks as trade capital, and they get it done, man. I mean, you got to tip your cap to them. I mean, it might make you want to vomit a little bit and choke it down, but it's until the Giants start doing that, you're not competing, man. It's going to be tough.
One thing I will say too, Eric, is the fact that you've got the Dodgers and the Yankees make it all the way to the World Series. Two of the teams that do it all the time, but again this year, went out on the day we did our trade deadline special, made deals.
They made deals.
Big components. Yankees got Chisholm, Flaherty was that big signing to the Dodgers I called on deadline day. I went, wow, that's a great acquisition. There were other pitchers that could have moved. Yankees, Dodgers made the moves, got them to the World Series while we, do what we do best over here in the Bay Area.
Yep.
I mean, also it's when you have far anxiety. Obviously, that's just the
good thing is
that,
we don't have to deal with him.
I know.
Right?
I'm so glad he's gone.
That's a whole nother thing. Like we're like rebooting, like 6 years, and we did not like.
I did nothing.
I blame him for this dynasty that LA is about to have because they didn't have Freeman, they didn't have Ohtani, they didn't. They got Betts, and if he had built a somewhat compelling product, you could lure some of those guys away.
Exactly.
But they had no major competition for 4 or 5 years. I mean,
because they had no vision. No direction of where they were trying to go. Because if they had, like you say, had that fluke season, and then after that, they're like, oh, we're just gonna put out the same team, and that's the issue right there. When you're a team that does well, it's even worse when you don't change a single thing. Like if you believe.
Good analogy there. You were talking about reboot every year. All 6 years, the problem was the reboot would start, and we had a virus in there named Zaidi.
Exactly. Dilly, talk to me, man. What's going on, dude?
Well, first of all, if I sound a little nasally, I'm sick. So
it's okay.
Like literally got the Dodger virus. But
Dilly never changes his looks either, eh? Like always comes in but he does look a little down. He looks blue today, Eric.
He looks
I like that blue. I don't know if I like that blue color, but hey.
There you go. Well, it's not quite the same hue. I didn't go for as rich of a blue.
All right, we'll let you go.
I will take the contrarian approach just for the sake of being different.
Go for it.
And I've kind of said it in the chat a few times before, but as a baseball fan, to see Ohtani get a ring and not get Mike Trouted, a piece of me is okay with that.
Okay.
Especially considering the fact that the Giants aren't in it this year and weren't in it this year. If there was going to be a year for the Dodgers to win and it possibly hurt the least, it would be this year. From here on out now, it kind of makes me happy because I can just go back to hating the Dodgers and not have any sort of like reserve feeling of, man, yeah, I do hate the Dodgers, but I hate seeing, as a baseball fan, the greatest player probably ever not get a ring, get knocked out by the Yankees or whoever, the Braves, whatever. So now going forward, I can just officially go back to being just 110%. Screw the Dodgers, screw the blue people. I don't like any of them. They need to just quiet down. Let's get our serious face on.
Man, it's only the beginning. We are not going to hear the end of this for a very long time.
And imagine if they swept. That's what I was happy about, was that
at least it wasn't. Shouldn't have won today though.
Man. Initially, I was like, man, just get this over with, because we know that after they had gone up 3-0, I was like, let's just get this over with. Like, we don't need to extend baseball any farther than it's already gone right now. Both the teams that are playing have like two of the highest payrolls in all of baseball, so it's just a pay to win World Series.
Yeah, it was.
So let's just let it be over. I don't really care at this point, but the fact that the Yankees did not get swept is at the very least a mild icing on the cake.
Fair enough.
I think that's the way of baseball now. You're going to have to pay to win. True. To build a team, to get the best, you're going to have to pay. That's the way it is.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean,
I love teams like the Orioles and the Royals. The Orioles and the Royals, I think, are going to be in the next couple years quite interesting to watch. And they're
started on that one.
They're very comparatively, obviously, cheap teams, and I think that we need teams like that. Obviously, Giants first. Giants comes before anything else, but we need teams like that to start rearing their heads. But
these are three. You're mentioning the Royals, the Orioles. These are teams that were down in the doldrums the past few years. They've built young players, especially the Orioles. Built young players. They've developed, made a few deals. You know what? They're on the way. Just shows you how bad it is for the San Francisco Giants, where we should be at least in that position, an up-and-coming team, and we haven't even started to build.
Yeah, we had a rebuild minus the building part.
There you go.
Yeah, how does that happen? Oh, only Farhan could do that, and it pisses me off, man. But hey, Julie, back to your point. As a baseball fan, it's great to see Ohtani get a ring. 100%. That's awesome. Yeah. Baseball, I'm sure, absolutely loves it. But I like I like your point. As a Giants fan, we all know
it sucks.
It freaking sucks.
It sucks.
And here's another thing. Let's go back to your point talking about the Orioles. Think about how the Giants could look this going into this offseason if they had traded Chapman to the Yankees, if they had traded Snell to the Orioles. How many different guys could be contributing to the future of the San Francisco Giants? And here's the thing, and tell me if I'm wrong. I keep going back to this. I don't know if Posey wants to do a rebuild. Why on God's green earth would he offer Chapman 6 years, no trade, if they're not going to go spend money? Otherwise, they would have just traded, right? Because at that time, I'm pretty sure they understood that Farhan wasn't going to be coming back. So why would they hold on to him if it's not for the simple fact that they want to show other free agents who are going to be going out there, hey, the Giants, the window's open, guys. And if you're willing to want to come here, we'll pay you.
I like it. And I think one way or another, you got to do something. Obviously, it's that purgatory of being caught in the middle that sucks. So the fact that he's, like you said, given contracts out to Chapman, showing that, like, hey, we're trying to get a core here that we're going to have for the next 5 years or so, that we can, like, it's going to be the same players out there every single day. Because that's another thing. The continuity of the lineup is what I feel like Posey's going to want, because that's what he's come from. When he played for the Giants, there was a core there that was on the field every single day. And so I feel like he knows that that's a key to success. You look at the Braves, same thing. You look at the Dodgers, same thing, obviously barring injury. But I feel like that's that's more the vibe that he's going for, which I would love to see. I would love to,
which would be great because if you think about Dilly, to your point, again, I'm going to go down to Soto. If you sign Soto long term, and then you have him and Ramos and Fitzgerald and Eldridge and Jung-Hoo Lee, because Jung-Hoo Lee is already going to be here for a while. You got all these guys that are going to be playing together as a core in the lineup. Every day you're going to be in that same position in the lineup. There ain't going to be much tweaking. Man, you're kind of cooking with gas, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Absolutely.
That's what it feels like to me. But again, and what just gets me is Soto is a needle in the haystack, right? How often does this come around to where you're going to able to get a guy at that age of that talent? You cannot. There's no way you cannot let that
there's no one lurking in the background
behind
Soto either. So it's not like, oh yeah, okay, in a couple years from now we'll have another shot at some. No, it's like it's Soto, and then you're gonna hope that someone shows up.
And then I think at 27 or 28, I think it's Kyle Tucker. But then again, he's not going to be at 25. He's going to be at 30.
Yeah, he'll be much older.
That's what I'm saying. Is it age?
It's a tone setter too. I mean, if you look at like if you go back to the Nationals when they signed Jason Worth, like he was not that great of a player, but it was the first like massive deal they gave out. It was the same thing with the Padres when they overpaid for Hosmer. That's kind of what set the table for them to spend money, and then they spent on Machado. Phillies with Harper, then they spent on Castellanos, traded for Realmuto. Like Mets did with Lindor, extended Lindor. So it's just like you got to do something to set the tone. Yeah, there's Marcus.
So I read today there were a couple of different stories I read, and I don't want to confuse them all, but one of them, I'm not sure where it came from, but one of them said to get the deal done, it's going to have to be 12 years, 620.
I keep
saying 650. 650.
I think it's going to be way more than 620.
It's going to be
650 for 12. That's been my number for like 4 or 5 months.
Yes, it has been, Billy. You've been saying that.
And if it's,
but how's it going to look, guys, if the San Francisco Giants try to make the first big move with a new GM? Buster Posey obviously is going to be under a lot of pressure, and they offer 7, and he takes 620 somewhere else.
You live with it. Like make him
right. You live with it.
Make him say, "Hey, look, they offered me $80 million more, and I don't want to go." Because the Giants ownership will never say the word rebuild. That was Farhan's complaint, was they wouldn't let him tear it down to the studs. And also, Posey's not taking a job for 3 years to lay a foundation and be the GM or Pobo for 10 years like that.
Right.
So make the biggest offer, and if he says no, you live with it. But don't give him 650 and then say, "Oh, well, the Yankees offered him 650, and we were 100%. Right there."
Make him.
Yeah, you don't want like that another Farhan Zaidi situation with like Ohtani, where he's like, "Oh, we would have given him the same thing." You got to outbid them by a big amount. And if they don't take it, okay, they don't take it. But like, what else?
And come in right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Definitely.
Don't piddle around. You know what the Giants are like under Farhan? I know it's a different regime, but under Farhan, I always say to Eric, like a little chihuahua nipping at everybody's heels. We offered 650. Well, we offered 651. I say, come out of the gate, make the big offer, let everybody follow you for a change, and see where it goes.
And hear this. Let's talk about this. If the reports are true, last year the Giants were supposed to get Ohtani and Yamamoto. They were in on both. They were willing to get both, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you got Chapman at, what is it? 100, how much did they spend? 150?
150.
Something like
that, right? 150. Yeah. So guess what? Go out there. What's the difference between last year and this year? Guess what? You got a shit ton more money. You got a lot more money. So go out there, go get Soto, and hell, you could still go get a free agent starting pitcher. And you trade for Bichette. I've been saying this for a while now. I mean, come on.
I like the Bichette.
Eric, you throw out those two names, Ohtani and Yamamoto. What do they have in common? They're World Series champions 1 year later.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that, well, if you think about it, so Chapman's making like what, less than half of what Yamamoto's making?
Yes.
And like a third of what Shohei will ultimately make. So it's not like that money's still there. That money didn't just get evaporated. It's still very much so in the tank. So they could go out and do what they wanted to do last year, just with more dudes this year. Because aside from Soto, it's not gonna, like, you don't have a Yamamoto. You don't have another dude that's going to warrant a $300+ million contract on the market. So you could get like 4 Chapmans for the cost of those 2 guys. So if you think about it like that, they've got more versatility going into this offseason.
Absolutely.
Heyman reporting LA all in on Soto. You know what? When Heyman starts reporting, I just wait.
Heyman, you gotta.
He's got everybody
on.
in on Soto. He's like, I wouldn't
does,
rule out
yeah.
Philadelphia. I wouldn't rule it out.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Also, the thing is, if the Dodgers are really going to be in it, you know why they're going to be in it? Because they want to up the price for the Giants, probably. Like, if they're truly.
Well, let's think about this. Heyman's pretty good friends with Scott Boras.
Yeah.
Susan Slusser is pretty good friends with Scott Boras. So when you start seeing stuff coming from them, you're hearing it from Boras. So take it for what it's worth, right?
If the Dodgers do sign Soto, how much money do you think he'll make in 2075?
He won't take a penny deferred. Yeah. Soto's not deferring a penny.
Yeah, because Soto's, I feel like, a guy that wants just like, yes, he obviously probably wants to win, but he wants the money.
Yeah, and Ohtani was unique.
Okay.
Ohtani makes $50 million
Here we go.
endorsements. So
I see Senior talking about pitching and defense. There's nothing that says you can't do pitching and defense if you still sign Soto.
Yeah, I mean,
you have
Bichette's a pretty
so
decent
much
defender,
money.
right? And if you sign a Corbin Burns, a Max Fried, now I guess Max Fried has some injury history. You get a Corbin Burns, or if you're able to woo back Blake Snell, I just don't see that happening. Then you got your pitching, right? You got Wisenhunt, who's coming up, who's possibly has something. I think Birdsong is better than Harrison. So you got the pitching is somewhat there, right? You got Bichette, who helps your defense. You got Juan Soto. He's not as bad as everyone thinks. He's freaking nominated for a Gold Glove. You don't get nominated for a Gold Glove if you don't have some type of skill. You got Jung-Hoo Lee, who's patrolling center field. You want your up the middle, right? Now, the weakness may be Fitzgerald at second base. I don't know. But if you got Bichette, it's because you want you up the middle, right? The catching, Bailey is a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
If you trade for Bichette and your shortstop, he's good at shortstop. I want to say he's excellent, but he's good. Second base, Fitzgerald, question mark. Center field is Jung-Hoo Lee. So up the middle, you're okay, right? The only reason why he would choose the Giants, Senior, I'll say it again. It's about the bucks. That's all it's about. It's about the damn money. 100%.
I think we got to solidify.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll trade Bichette. I honestly don't. I'm just saying go out there and do it. Get it done. I know it's easier said than done, but hey, go be aggressive, man. And I think a lot of it's going to determine on, what does Posey want to do? I think he's going to keep things close to his vest, which is good. Mm-hmm. I'd rather him not come out and make these grandiose statements and then it falls flat. I'd rather him just shut the hell up and just go get it done. And it's also going to determine on who he picks as a GM. It's going to be his decision.
I
think you got to go all in at pitching.
Been on the phone with Crawford and been like,
hey,
who do you think is going to be our guy? Because you got Willie Adames, which I know the consensus is like, we prefer Bichette. I heard that Adames is going to warrant basically the same contract as Chapman. I read a thing the other day that I think it was like 6 years, $150 million.
Dan, that's cheaper than I thought, to be honest with you.
Which contrarily, I also saw roughly the same thing for like $200 million, which I have a hard time giving $200 million to Willie Adames. For that long.
He does a lot. You know what? I'm exactly opposite you. I love when he does that. And you know what?
I want some of that.
I want him to do that to Shohei Ohtani.
Swagger.
That's what I want. I want him to look at Shohei Ohtani, stare down, give him the shuffle, hit his hip with his arm, and then get back in the box and freaking crank one out of here, man. I want to see Juan Soto take Ohtani deep.
Could you imagine him and Ramos? Ramos bat flips a walk, and then
I love his bat flip.
And you know what? Maybe that's something Soto likes because Ramos has got that fire.
Oh yeah.
Hey, let's not forget Matt Chapman. The guy's a leader. Let's not mince any words here. Is his bat? Yeah, I mean he's got the power. He doesn't really have the average, but he's got that leadership, and he locks down third base. So, I mean, come on. We got guys on the team.
Are there any, power-hitting first basemen that are, available on a one-year rental? Like, I know we got Eldridge coming up and may or may not be.
You're going to hate
I
it.
just
There we go. I know you're going to go, Dilly.
Goldschmidt.
I know Dilly's going.
I can't have a first baseman that hits 7 home runs and lines out every other at bat and starts the year hitting 350, pulls his hammy, and then hits 206 the rest of the year. Like, that's the recurring theme with
we've got 3 first basemen already. I don't think it's Eric. I could be wrong, but I'm going to stick with my guns. What?
Are we going Wilmer?
I don't want
to. You got Wade and Wilmer, and you got Eldridge, and I don't think it's going to be a debate. Eldridge is going to be your first baseman next year.
I hope you're right.
Wait, so Glenn, you think they're going to the arbitration? You think all 4 guys are coming back, or
no? I would no. You'd have Eldridge and Wilmer Flores. Technically, they could go lefty-righty, get Wade, but I don't think Wade doesn't bring a quarter of what Wilmer will bring to the plate.
I'd take Wilmer over Walker, or I'd take Wilmer over Wade in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Wilmer's a 25, at least a 25 home run guy.
Yeah, even though Wilmer had like a bad season, wasn't he hurt?
Hey guys, you know what?
He got hurt in the first weekend of the season. He went over the rail in San Diego. I was there. And he went over. That's a deep dugout in San Diego, and he was never right. I mean, he came back for a little while. Then what did he have? What was the surgery? Eric messaged me. Goes,
knee surgery.
Yeah. So that all goes to the tumble into the dugout. But when he's healthy, and remember, he's hitting 20+ home runs, but playing 70 games. I want him in there more. And if that's not the case, at least you got him as a prime DH. Eldridge would be your first baseman.
Here we go. This is what I think. You know what I love about this? The champagne is still flowing in New York, and here we have a council of war among us talking about what the Giants are going to do. I love it, man. We're sitting here doing strategy, ready for the next year as the champagne is flowing in New York. It's awesome. Anyways, Turd Ferguson.
If you want him to get his at bats, Eric, a lot of guys are saying go to the AAA and play him in the minors and start all this.
Let me get this out, Flores.
Get his at bats. We're not winning the World Series next year. Give Eldridge his playing time right out of April.
Turd Ferguson has a great point here. Turd is good. Christian Walker, here you go. The reason why Christian Walker, he'd be a fantastic DH. He would be a fantastic DH. If you want him at first base to kind of coach up Mr. Eldridge, you could do that. Again, we don't know if Eldridge is going to make the team out of camp. He may. He possibly may, and I'm fine as long as he can be able to get the job done. But if you get Christian Walker as a DH, because that's another question is who's going to be your DH? Man, how about that? You want to talk about going big? If you go out there and get Christian Walker, Juan Soto, trade for Bichette, and sign a starting pitcher.
Oh yeah, brother, you're cooking with kerosene at that point.
You're right up there. Now you are competing, man. Can it be done? Yeah. I think it can. Will it? That's a different story.
Yeah.
I'll take anything but Pete Alonso.
I was just about to say,
I don't get the Pete Alonso hype at all. I don't get that hype.
Get my boy Peter. He's not as good defensively as Christian Walker, but if you sign him for the ultimate purpose of him being your DH, then what the heck difference does it make it? Yeah,
but for that contract,
what difference does it make?
But for the contract he's going to get, like a 230, 240 hitter.
He's going to be up there, man.
Christian Walker should theoretically on paper get the same type of deal.
Who's Christian Walker's agent?
Because
Boris has Soto, he has Alonso, he has Corbin Burns. He
has
Blake
paid.
Snell. It's the same as it was last year. All roads lead through Scott Boras. So if you don't have a relationship with that guy, it's an uphill battle.
Hey, Eric. Breaking news, San Jose Sharks have just acquired Timothy Liljegren from the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they need help, believe me. They may have won 2 in a row, but they need help. All right, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
So, there's so many different ways you really could go. I mean, and again, it's going to be a determination.
Need it for life. Flores is not the answer. We have our answer at first base.
Yeah, it's Eldridge.
His name is Eldridge. You know what? I'm seeing a lot, Eric. I'm seeing a lot of, Eldridge is this, and Eldridge can't play. And Why all the negativity, Eric?
Hey, people love negativity, man.
And then if he comes in next year and hits 30 bombs and he's rookie of the year, they'll be saying, I told you so. I just don't know the negativity all the time.
I like the anti-negativity vibe going on. I will admit, I believe he's been struggling defensively at first. So I think the veteran presence of another first baseman, something like that, someone to coach him up, might serve him well in that regard.
Here we go.
Get his reps.
Baseball America. The Bryce is right. Bryce Elder, one of the top sluggers in the minors, headlines our upcoming November National League Top 10s issue. This is the first Giants prospect on the cover since 2018. Can you take a guess who probably was on the cover in 2018?
Probably
Joey Bart, huh?
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Look at this. Bryce is right.
I like it. That's like
there you
that
go,
reminds
man.
me of like old timey baseball cards.
Yeah, that's a great shot, by the way. Cool. That is a great shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to put all the eggs in on Eldridge. Like I would,
yes,
if we could go get like Soto or somebody. I know Soto's probably not coming, all that, but if you make a sincere run or get Bichette or get some pieces, so you're not putting everything on a 19-year-old to come in save a franchise.
What? Could you imagine?
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to because they're not going to be competitive for a few years. Just get him in there, get him.
They can turn it around.
If his defense is bad, I really, if he's all he's cracked up to be, then I don't care if he's a bad fielder.
Let's think about.
Oh yeah, look at Pete Alonso.
Let's think about this. They could turn it around in 1 year. Does it mean they're going to the World Series in 2025? No. When I mean turn it around, I'm talking about actually
postseason,
having at least getting into the postseason.
Postseason being competitive,
right? Because right now the Giants aren't, man. They're lucky you finish 500. So when I say you could turn it around, in other words, you're heading in the right direction. Even if you sign Soto and you have Eldridge and you have all these guys, you might be able to do so. Who knows? With B, you never know what can happen in baseball. Look what today happened in the fifth inning. Who saw that coming?
Well, look at the Royals.
Look at the Royals
and the Orioles. Last year they sucked. I think the Royals, were they not the second worst team in all of baseball last year? I
think they were. They lost 100 games last year.
Yeah, and then they made the postseason this year.
And look at the D-backs too, as an example.
Same thing, D-backs.
Yeah, that took like a couple years, years into Corbin Carroll, and then there you go.
Oh man, look at Instant. I know what Instant's doing. Benji did it to me yesterday. I know what you're screaming for, my friend. I know what you're screaming for. There you go. Hey, we don't know if this is going to happen, but if it happens, if this goes down, you heard it here first.
Throwing a parade, like I said, Willie Mays Plaza.
Oh man, could you imagine? I can't even tell you what my reaction would be. That would be absolutely insane.
I will say,
I'd probably be like, "Is this real, or did I see this from like a fake account?"
I was gonna say, you got to give it a week when they sign him, because like let the waves settle a little bit. We don't need like an arson judge or a Correa, my ankle doesn't work. Like, oh, Soto, he's got like chronic shoulder issues. He failed his physical. It's like,
oh man,
I'm gonna wait till he signs the physical and they actually say there's a press conference happening.
Exactly.
Hey, Glenn, what if all of a sudden there's reports that San Francisco Giants are flying around Soto in a helicopter? That would be
around. Somebody's watching the show. Somebody's
I'm gonna be like, that reminds me of the Ohtani thing when everybody thought he was going to the Blue Jays. Remember, everybody was tracked.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't think
dude from Shark Tank.
No, Greg, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say, I don't think there's going to be a lot of like, oh, Soto's in town, that type of news. I feel like a lot of that was leaked from like Farhan and that front office to say, look, we're trying to get these, because Melvin in every interview last year was like, we're shopping at the top end of the market. We're shopping at the top end of the market.
How about this bullshit? How about what is NBC Sports Bay Area doing in the lobby of a hotel of where?
Yeah, the judge.
They don't know that.
Dude, that whole judge video I hated so much after the fact he re-signed, because I was like, God damn it, of course it was staged.
Yeah.
I don't, and I can't see, I know Heyman's saying it, but I can't see after this series Soto going to the Dodgers, because I just can't see it. I feel like that would be the Kevin Durant, OKC, Golden State move.
If that does happen, man.
It would be because he wanted to go to the Dodgers. Probably nothing else.
Billy, it would be nothing else than he wanted to be a Dodger. That would be just it.
Yeah.
That would,
and at that point, I could see, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Like LA is not breaking any rules, but if they did that, I could totally see the owners trying to implement, a salary floor and a cap, only because the teams that really want to spend are going to be jealous that LA gets everyone because of the Ohtani deferral. And the teams that don't want to spend are going to say, hey, like we look really bad when a team is spending, damn near $500 million every year. So,
there's going to be there's a lot of questions that's going to be answered. Is if we have an off season that is similar to Farhan, then we damn well know. Don't get me wrong, I couldn't stand the way Farhan ran baseball, but as far as his free agent moves and stuff, maybe he was handcuffed. We don't know. But one thing I'll tell you for sure, I hated the way that he was involved in the game way too much as the president. I'm talking about the everyday stuff.
Yeah,
not your typical GM stuff. But that's what's going to be telling, because I would think that that ownership is going to change a little bit for the simple fact that, hey, you can't look the same as you did with Farhan, right?
No. I think there were a lot of, I have no proof. I mean, this is all conjecture, but I'm just saying it feels like in a lot of cases they're like, hey, we'll let you spend money, but you got to own it. And I don't think Farhan didn't strike me as the type to say, yeah, I have the courage of my convictions to own moves A, B, and C. Whereas on the margins, it's like, well, who's going to fault you if you go and get Connor Joe and it doesn't work? Like ownership's not tripping about $500,000. So.
Interesting. Black 59 Razor says, when Giambi went to the Yankees, did anyone say anything? No.
I wasn't alive.
I don't remember a whole lot being talked about there. I think it's a reason why social media wasn't as big. Remember, and the contracts, even though, we got to talk about it, but the way the contracts are going, it's way above what inflation is, dude. You got to take that into inflation. I mean, this
for
is
a dying game, man. For a dying game.
For a dying game. Right. Oh, so you know what? Here's a great point too, because I've had some conversations with Anonymous on Twitter, and I was talking about ownership, and it's like, and he makes a good point. And Ibrahim, you probably could speak to this too, is when you have an ownership group who are full of investors, they're not inclined to open up the wallet, so to speak, right? They're a little bit more stingy with their money, right? Unless you're a baseball fan. Are they baseball fans? They don't strike me as baseball fans.
I will say, like, I've through client meetings, I've met with the Johnson family twice in like Zoom calls, and mainly Greg, and I've met Charles once. and it's just small talk. But after the 3 rings, they were very content with the 3 titles. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
But I feel like now the vibe I get is there's a lot of angst with LA is just like Glenn says all the time. We're closer to Colorado than we are to LA.
Correct.
And that for guys that have billions, they all have egos. And to be thought of as, hey, we're the little brother and we're with the Rockies and not at the top of the division. I mean, I feel like the pendulum might swing the other way, but we'll never be LA. We're never going to spend to that, that level.
No.
We could.
They could.
They've got money.
Yeah.
But
they got the money.
they'll always
but where is that ego? Where is that San Francisco ownership ego?
That's the thing.
Exactly.
It seems like it's missing when you look at them at a game or when they're talking. You don't get that desire that they want to be part of. I don't know.
3 and 5.
It'll soon be a decade. It'll soon be a decade. Going back to Bryce Harper, that every year, we didn't spend the money because we didn't get who we wanted. And the next year, we didn't get the guy we wanted and we didn't spend the money. They're not spending any money and they're not getting anybody.
How about this?
I couldn't run a baseball team like that, man. I wouldn't want to be habitually losing.
No.
And here's another thing. And I don't know how ownership didn't allow this. This came from Baggerly, where Farhan removed championship memorabilia from the clubhouse.
What the fuck?
How the hell do you do that? Is your legacy, man? Why would you? That's like pulling down a picture of freaking Willie Mays. Would you?
He wanted to create his own legacy, Eric.
But how does ownership allow that to happen?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like I would think owners.
Because with that many owners, there may be that many owners, but there's not enough hands-on, Eric.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's the problem. And
I don't think these owners ever go to the ballpark.
The only one who's going to be, honestly, let's if you want to be honest about this, as far as owners that I've seen, Bayer, even though a lot of people don't like him, he's a fan of the club, 100%.
Diehard fan, yeah.
Right? And our newest member, Buster Posey. Goodness, he just played for the team 3 years ago, right? He is all about, that's the only team he knows. So maybe that's the reason why they're bringing him in. Maybe they want to bring that back. Maybe they're changing direction. All we could do right now is just wait and see what happens.
It is truly one of the most fun times, though, I will say, to have a new regime come in.
Yes.
Because it's so blissfully optimistic, because it's not like they went out and got some random dude or random lady to be the president of baseball operations. They got the guy. So it's like it's same thing with Farhan. Before Farhan, we figured out what was going on with him. But like it's like, I don't know. Let's see what this new chapter is all about. It's going to be interesting. Now, 3 years from now, if we don't have Soto and the team's in shambles, then we could look back and be like, well, maybe we should have pivoted a different direction. But if 3 years from now we do have Soto and things are going great, and suddenly now we're competing for the division rather than just the wild card spot, like, I don't know. Be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. All right. Hey, guys, bear with me here. Let's read this. Brand new today from Andrew Baggerly on The Athletic. Again, Ibrahim, thanks to you, my friend. Appreciate that. Yeah, Giants offseason primer. Important dates and deadlines to know. World Series offered little beyond a reason to hate. Watch for the San Francisco Giants fans. There's no love lost for the New York Yankees. I don't know about you. I was rooting for them. There's something nearer to searing revulsion for the Los Angeles Dodgers. When you layer on the titanic matchup of Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, two superstars who spurned the Giants' aggressive overtures in consecutive off seasons. Then watching the World Series might have become downright triggering for anyone who owns a Buster Posey jersey. Encouraging news. It's just about over. The other encouraging news, the end of the World Series marks the official beginning of Posey's first offseason as the Giants' president of baseball operations. That's not to suggest that Posey has been in a holding pattern since the announcement that he would replace Farhan. The former franchise catcher and 3-time World Series champion, let's not forget that, has worked nonstop. Ooh. Okay. Here we go. Has worked nonstop over the past 4 weeks to communicate with the front office and coaching staff, familiarize himself with the process and personnel, and most critically, dive into what's being described as an exhaustive search for a general manager to serve as Posey's proxy and handle the everyday whims of the roster. Okay, let's talk about that. I like what I'm hearing there, right? That is something that is very important. When you're seeing him over the past 4 weeks, he's been working nonstop trying to, basically he's probably taking in information with a fire hose type of thing. It sounds like the guy wants to get off on the right foot, have all his eggs in a row, or I should say ducks in a row, and start off with a bang. Maybe. We'll see. That hiring process is ongoing and is said to involve no fewer than a dozen potential candidates. It's a strong possibility that the Giants will not have a GM in place when the GM meetings convene. Okay, there we go. November 4th. Remember, that's only what?
That's
6
like
days
Monday
away?
or something.
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
no way they have him in. So he'll do it. That's fine. He could go and do it. No big deal. They don't really do anything in GM meetings anyways. It's the winter meetings where things get a little bit. No, don't get me wrong.
And that's not till December. So
and am I downplaying the GM meetings? No. I'm sure that there's negotiations that are happening during those meetings. I'm not saying that it's just a nothing. But again, I'm sure Posey probably can handle that. But the offseason calendar waits for no one, and the Giants have a lot of work to do. Wow, look at that. I said that even before reading this. Here's how the offseason breaks down. First day after the World Series. The trade freeze ends, and teams can make deals again. Also, free agent opens up for all eligible players. However, the 5 days after the World Series are known as the quiet period, a window where teams can negotiate exclusively with their own free agents. Giants free agents include Michael Conforto. Bye.
Goodbye.
Kana. Bye. Casale.
Goodbye.
Ooh, we don't know. Casale may have to be back.
He might stick around. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I hope they get rid of the other catcher, though, that we have.
Murphy.
Tom Murphy.
Don't even give me.
I haven't seen enough of him.
Tyro
He's supposed to be a really good
Estrada.
platoon.
I don't know what they're going to do with Tyro. That's going to be an interesting one. I don't know where to be on Tyro because I think Tyro got treated pretty bad.
Yeah.
He got treated pretty damn bad.
Dude gets hit in the hands more than any other human being I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep. And the most prominent free agent, however, would be left-handed pitcher Blake Snell, who once he opts out of his $30 million salary, all of them are expected to hit the open market. Okay, 5 days, we all know that's when you could start working deals. The club or mutual options. So we'll know then, right? After the 5 days, whether or not Snell opts out. But I think that's a foregone conclusion. Mm-hmm. Teams must reinstate players on a 60-day to the 40-man roster. Again, so you can't freaking hold on to players, right? Either you put them on the 40-man or you got to release them. One or the other, if I'm not mistaken. Then the qualifying offers. They have Giants have none, so I'm not going to even worry about that. Oh, yeah, Juan Soto can get a qualifying offer, but who gives a shit? Would you give up a draft pick to get Juan Soto?
I mean, they did it last year, too.
Yes.
With Snell and Chad.
Well, here you go. This could be a little bit interesting because if the Giants decide to go after Burns or Alonso or Santander, they won't go after Bregman, Max Fried, or Adames. All of them are probably going to get qualifying offers, so you're going to have to be giving up. But then again, I guess you have to weigh. You're going to have to weigh your pros and cons on whether or not you want to give up draft picks for a said player. Again, these guys are all bona fide MLB players, so I mean, that's something that they're going to have to decide. 3 Giants have contract options. Okay, Robbie Ray, Snell, Wilmer Flores. Oh, a complicated option. He has the first action and can exercise a $3.5 million player option If he declines, the Giants will decline the $8.5 million club option. The expectation is that Flores, who struggled before undergoing season-ending knee surgery, will exercise his option. Then the Giants would decide whether to pay him at $3.5 and then release him or roster him all offseason and bring him back into camp in February. So interesting. 60-day, Keaton Wynn, Jung-Hoo Lee, Tom Murphy must be re-added to the 40-man.
I like how Tom Murphy went out with what was it, a knee thing or something like that, and they just disappeared for their.
He disappeared after May. He disappeared,
gone.
Man. GM meetings. Here we go. Let's see. Typical GM meetings are a chance for clubs and player representatives to create a foundation for potential deals. There you go. So you're laying down the groundwork. Okay, I don't care about that. Don't care about that. Major or minor league reserve lists do. For Rule 5. Let's see what's going on with the Giants. Carson Seymour, Carson Ragsdale, Will Bednar, and Ryan Murphy. Arteaga is also a Re-5, but missed most of the season after undergoing surgery to alleviate thorax. No one's going to pick him up. Are any of those guys you really worried about? Carson Seymour? Maybe. I think that might be a guy, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they protect Carson. But you got to put him on
heartbroken.
What's that?
You're not heartbroken if you lose any.
No, exactly. I'm not
like Bednar. I mean, if you're clinging to Bednar because of where he was drafted, I mean
that's stupid. Look, again, you got to waste a 40-man spot for one of these guys.
Nah. Contract
tender deadline. Don't care about that. Let's see. I don't think that affects. Oh, here we go. 4 arbitration eligible players for the 2025. Yastrzemski, Lamont Wade, Tyler, and Camilo.
I say they all can go, Eric.
The only guy that I would bring back is personally Camilo Duval, but I wouldn't bring back.
Yastrzemski would be okay as a bench player. That's it. Not an everyday. A fourth outfielder.
$10 million fourth outfielder.
That's the only thing. I think that's
$5 million.
That's the issue. I mean, that is the
$10
issue.
$10 million fourth outfielder that pulls his hammy every other day.
I agree. I don't want Wade. Wade can go.
Yeah, Wade can go. I'm done with line out Lamont. Tyler Rogers.
That's funny.
He had a good year.
BABIP to death.
Yeah,
he did, but he gets BABIP to death.
Yes, correct. He does.
He does. Has soft tosser, gets a lot of soft contact, find holes, infield singles.
Yep. Oh, here we get to the big stuff here. Ooh, boy. This is where
it's Christmas before Christmas.
The biggest herd belongs to, imagine that, Scott Boras.
18 climbs.
Soto, Snell, Bregman, Burns, Alonso. You're at least interested in 3 of those, Soto, Snell, and Burns, right? Mm-hmm. Even though Snell's probably gone, but I'm pretty sure the Giants are interested.
I mean, Posey said it too, right? That they want to bring back Snell.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumblings that Posey's high on Snell.
Yeah,
I think Posey being a catcher, he's going to be high on any good pitching.
True. And here we go. Listen to this. But there's also a tacit desire among some organizations, an explicitly stated desire in the Giants' case, to make their major roster additions before opening the gifts under the tree. So perhaps the do-si-do will operate at a quicker tempo. Again, so you can get guys signed. Everything's good to go before spring training freaking commences.
Who wrote this article, Eric?
Baggerly.
Contumptions and do-si-dos. I need a thesaurus to read this.
He writes pretty good. Oh, the draft lottery. So here we go, guys. Remember, just because you finish dead last does not mean that you will get the first pick. As a matter of fact, here we go. All non-playoff teams are in the lottery for the top 6 picks in the 2025 MLB draft. Giants have the 9th highest odds, 1.9% of winning the number 1 pick. Last year, Cleveland Guardians won the top pick despite only having just 2% odds. They had selected Oregon State infielder Travis Bazana with the first pick. And then the Rule 5 draft. And then who cares about that? All right, there we go. All right. The most important thing out of this whole article was way up at the top.
Look up. Way up.
Right here. This is it right here. Nonstop. Or I should say, he has worked nonstop over the past 4 weeks to communicate with the front office, coaching staff, and familiarize himself with the process and personnel, and most critically, dive into what is being described as an exhaustive search for the general manager. Supposedly, there's what? They said 12, I think they said?
Yeah.
That's a lot of guys, huh? Now, one of them, I think, dropped out. I don't know if they included him.
They said it was the Royals?
Royals,
I think, right? Because family considerations, whatever that means.
Yeah. The wife probably doesn't want to come to.
I was going to say they don't like California. That's code for I don't like California.
Yep, and that's fine. Whatever. People don't want to do that. If you have a choice to go where you want to go, right? Then
yeah. Hey, do we think Ron Lotus is on the list?
Yeah, who knows, man?
I think it's going to end up being Billy Owens, and I think they're going to end up bringing in Evans and Evans or Saves in like an advisory role. And it's going to be too many cooks in the kitchen, and
Do you think that could be an issue?
100%.
Finchie, that was the Athletic. Andrew Baggerly, who writes for the Athletic.
Can Sabian technically still be hired though? Because isn't he in an advisory role?
He's just an advisor, man.
He's just it's not the GM thing where they can't take a lateral position.
Okay, right. So that he can still take the same position.
Yeah, because they can give him like senior advisor. Okay. They can put things in there that.
If Sabes was the GM, then I'm going to buy one of those custom jerseys and put his name on the back of it and wear that to every single Giants game I go to. In the new City Connect.
And if you can, put 3 numbers on it. 10, 12, 14.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Oh, you want to see the Eldridge article? Yeah, we could do that. Why not? You guys want to see
I'm gonna pop out and just listen in the background. I got a little work to finish up. But yeah, I'll still be listening in the chat. So
awesome.
Good to see you.
Ibrahim, thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate it, dude. There we go.
Thanks,
the great Ibrahim Khan. Fantastic addition to our chat, man. Guys, freaking
great.
Awesome, dude.
The great Abraham, the one and the only.
The great Ibrahim. Yes.
Eric, I see a lot of guys in the chat, and I knew this would happen right after the World Series ended. But you see guys talk with Soto, and now it's a lot of other players saying, we're going to have to pay too much. When is too much? And how much? Are you
our money,
on everything, Eric?
That ain't our money. No, you're absolutely right.
Money, man.
Ain't our money. And
I mean, look at everybody in the chat. They're still calling out the Giants for we overpaid for Jung-Hoo Lee. So is this just going to be like do they want cheap ass offseason or what? We're gonna. I just said it off the top of the show. If you're going to compete with the Dodgers, the Yankees of the world, Eric, got to spend money.
The Padres.
I have to. 100%.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And these are teams, Eric. These are teams that set them. What they have done is set themselves aside from everybody else because now they can make a few additions and some subtractions and get better than they are now.
Yes. Here's a question for those of you that are detractors, specifically the Soto detractors. Why don't? Okay, let me ask you: is it more that you don't want Soto, or you think he's just not coming here? There's a difference. Look, I get it. There's a lot of people out there, especially Giants fans, have been burnt so many times. I can understand. They just don't think the Giants are capable of getting him, right? If it's about the money, again, why? Again, what does it matter how much we pay these guys at this point in time, considering where the club is today?
Yeah, I mean, I have my reservations about like, can they actually get it done? Because I'm just like,
correct. That's what it is.
I get disappointed, but it's like I'm not worried about the money. It ain't my money. I don't care what.
Yeah, but they weren't able to get it done under Farhan.
Sabian as well. Yeah. They could have get it done under. Listen, let's think about this. Sabian wasn't able to get like big giant free agents. Of course, Farhan wasn't. We all know Farhan wasn't going to be able to get that done. But this is Buster Posey. Did they go a different? Maybe, again, like I said, maybe ownership takes a different turn. Maybe they've had enough of getting their asses kicked by 3 other teams in the National League West. Because the Giants aren't better than the Diamondbacks right now. The Giants aren't better than the Padres. And we all know they're not better than listen to this. You want to hear there, let this sink in. the Giants are definitely not better than the 2024 World Series champions, Los Angeles Dodgers. Yep. If hearing those words
I didn't like that.
light a fire under your ass, you're not a Giants fan.
I really didn't. I will straight up say the second that came out of your mouth, I winced. I didn't like it.
Exactly. Tell me that. Tell me, Giants fans, and congratulations, Benji, because I know you're a Dodgers fan. I get it. But think about this, Giants fans. Los Angeles Dodgers, the 2024 World Series champions. If you don't come out and make a statement, or if you just play ho-hum, hey, maybe being in professional baseball isn't for you. If it doesn't give you a bad feeling in your stomach.
You either like the beam or sell the team. One or the other.
Ooh.
Move on.
Did you just say like the beam or sell the team?
Sounds like a Kings slogan.
I'm all in on that like the beam Sacramento line. I love that. I used to hate it. Now I like
there
it.
On Monday.
Here's another thing, guys. Here's another thing. You want to add another little dose of reality other than the 2024 World Series champion Los Angeles. How about this? They're tied with the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, gosh.
With the amount of world championships they have.
Oh, I thought they surpassed them by one.
Nope. We're tied at 8.
Sure?
Tied at 8.
I thought tonight was their 9th.
No,
they said the
8th. The 8th, tied with the San Francisco Giants, and it's possible they get the 9th before the Giants do. If you don't do anything, do you want?
That even made my mouth like
vomit, right? You know, you get that little vomit up to your throat. You got to choke that crap back down. Yeah, exactly. That's ridiculous, dude. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? The Dodgers have a higher possibility of getting another world championship before the Giants do.
You're right.
You want that to happen? Are you guys happy with that? You said you hey, all good. Hey, yeah, let's go ahead and let's start competing in 2030. Let's start competing in 2035 when the Dodgers probably got another damn 3 World Series under the belt. Yeah, that's okay. It's all good, guys. Nothing to see here. We'll get back into shit. It's a different ball game right now, especially with the amount of money that's involved. It's different. It's different, man. Oh, that's so disgusting, man.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm putting all my eggs in the Posey basket and not batting an eyelid because it's the most excitement that I've had for the higher ups in this team 100%. I've had in a long time. So
that's probably the most exciting thing that is happening for the San Francisco Giants since the 2021 season. 100%.
I would agree.
Hey, Senior's still in here?
Yeah, he's here.
Senior heard what are prices going for the tickets? Are they even for sale for next year for the A's? I'm curious.
That's a great question.
Small stadium are the prices escalated?
It's got to be cheap, I would think.
You think they're going to be cheap? I thought with a 15,000 seat stadium, the prices would be more.
It would make sense. That would make sense for them to be more because it's more limited supply.
Although over in Oakland this year, I told Eric that I met a couple of people who were paying $400 for their season ticket. So
yeah, oh yeah. They that's tough. That's a tough situation going on there.
Yeah, that'll be something. Imagine a major league player going over there. You're on the road trip. You swing through L.A., San Francisco, or Seattle. Then you head over to Sacramento. A sellout, 15,000. We thank you.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's more than the sellouts that they were having in the Coliseum. Oh yeah, we sold 15,000 seats and half the stadium's filled up, and it looks like a ghost town. But that's our season high.
No, Chardal. I sent it to you 3 times last night, then you bailed and you went somewhere else. So not tonight. My crankiness is coming back, Eric. If you guys weren't with us last night, I threw an olive branch to him. I said, come on the show. We tried 3 or 4 times, and then I found out I said, okay, come on. We'll give it one more try. And he wasn't nowhere I knew where he was, too. So anyway, you had your chance last night.
Yes.
I want to thank Gilly, coming on. Giants report making an appearance tonight.
Yeah, that's our guy right here, man.
He's blowing us out of the water, Eric. Look at his little avatar in the background. Look at the beauty. He's dressed well. Look at him. Professional.
Oh, what am I doing? How did I forget? Goodness gracious, shouldn't I be doing? Oh, hold on, dude. What am I doing? I should have
6 subscribers away from 450. Don't forget 500. We give away the Bonds jersey, and want to thank everybody for signing up at Giant Sports. Oh, frig. GiantSportsTalkLive.com. Go enter to win the $500 gift certificate from Fanatics.
There you go. All right, let me just.
We're not messing around. Look at that, Eric. I remember the night I was at the Giants game, and I was like, I couldn't see on my phone. I was like, what the hell? I thought you were doing the Military History Chronicles, and there was like a war breaking out. I didn't know what was going on. I still couldn't. I go, oh, Jesus, it's a tire fire. That only seems like
Carter. So what was on your little Post-it note? Now that the World Series is over, what was on your Post-it note, dude? I want to hear what his predictions was.
Hopefully not a sweep.
Blame you, Shardol, for this. You should have came on, and maybe the universe wouldn't have let the Dodgers win. Yeah, we're getting there, Benji. We're getting there slowly but surely, but it's okay. Hey, it's organic, man.
Yeah, Grand Admiral. I thought the Dodgers had 9 World Series championships and had surpassed the Giants.
No, they tied.
Oh,
8. They tied.
Yeah, so Lottie freaking da. I don't care. Quite frankly.
It technically should be 7 because I don't think that 20.
Yeah, I get you at the 2020. I hear you.
They got 7.5.
Should be an asterisk there. I know.
Yeah. Tire Fire Factory. Love that, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. I should have done that in the very beginning. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah. When all is wrong in the world, just blame Shardol and move on.
Dude. I know.
Yeah, one of those plays where he took his eye off the ball.
You know what's incredible too, Johnny? You know what's the inning before, Judge makes a beautiful catch, a leaping catch, hits the wall, falls down, has the sense to toss the ball to Verdugo. He had it in his mind. Even though he hit the wall, he gets out, takes the ball out of the glove, tosses it to the Verdugo so he can get it back into the infield to keep the runner at first base. Beautiful. It was a thing of beauty. And I'm like, everything is right in the world for the Yankees. Let's go. I was excited. There's no way the Yankees are losing.
Nope.
And then
don't count your chickens before you get to the hen house, Eric.
And then the 5th inning, dude, all hell broke loose. And Cole, man, what a dog. The guy, man, after being on the mound for nearly 20 minutes, gets through the 5th inning with all the freaking shenanigans. He comes out and almost tosses another 2 innings.
I would have pulled him. And I thought it was a big managerial mistake. You notice, Eric? He was high leverage that inning. I didn't see the pitching coach go out. I didn't see the manager go out. I didn't see
gone out there
walk up to the mound. They didn't slow down the pace, take a breath. All right, let's shake it all off. It was just go, 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 repetition. Nobody stalled the game for him. I thought that was a poor mistake.
Exactly. I didn't understand that either. Yeah, all 5 were unearned. Exactly. In the 5th inning, there was 3 errors with 5 unearned runs. And it changed the whole perplexion of the game, man. It was gone. It was done. Yeah, I couldn't believe he threw Trinan out there in that 8th inning. I was like, the guy's he's burnt. He got it done. Hey, kudos, man. Blake Trinan buckled down, and he was able to get that shit done.
Yeah, poor Garrett Cole. Yep. Oh. Let's face it, though, Eric. Yankees weren't as good a team as the Dodgers. Best team won.
Yeah.
And it's over. I don't want to hear about the Dodgers tomorrow, okay?
Exactly. See, that's exactly what
I think. That's over. Yeah. This is the last time I'm talking about the Dodgers as far as winning this damn World Series.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
No. Okay. As far as – no, we still got to remind ourselves who we're competing against. All right. If that needs to be a reminder of what the San Francisco Giants need to do, just keep replaying that in your mind about who won the damn World Series. You got to keep that focus, man. Because if you lose that focus, man, you become soft. And I don't want the Giants to become soft. We got to freaking meet the challenge. Listen to me, man.
All I'm saying is that the Rangers sucked this year and the Diamondbacks weren't as good as they were last year.
Right.
And they were both World Series teams.
Yes.
So there is some merit to the pitching into the postseason, running your lineup into the postseason and all that kind of stuff, having the World Series hangover the following year, which I'm hoping this is a doozy for both of these teams next year. Just an absolute head nutcracker of a hangover, and they just don't know what to do with themselves.
Yep. Oh, look at Senior, man. That's tough. What? Pavs predicts Bueller is going to be a Giant next year? He goes, anyway, Senior goes, whoa. When the Dodgers sign Soto, we will be talking about them.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think I'll watch baseball.
I
don't know, man. I'm gonna have to.
I'm
gonna have to question
football and golf at that point.
At that point, I might as well get rid of baseball and go watch hockey.
I was gonna say maybe I'm a basketball fan.
Like I'm already a basketball
dude.
fan, but I might as well go watch hockey if that.
I may have to find a channel that talks about pickleball because I don't know if I can handle baseball. If they sign Juan Soto, I don't.
Man. Cricket looks interesting. It's a big hit in Europe and stuff like that. So I mean,
Glenn, Eddie wants to know: is Tommy doing all right?
Yeah, Tom's okay.
Yeah, Tom's good.
Tommy's okay.
Pickleball, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, right. I mean, God.
What's the date today, Eric? Oh my God, you just missed it. The World Pickleball Championship. They crowned the champion just 2 days ago.
Well, see, there you go. I missed out.
See, now you got a long off season.
Right in there.
Your off season just got a little longer, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you can't even win with pickleball, dude. Although I'm playing pickleball next week, so
I've been playing pickleball for in college for intramural.
Yeah, it's pickleball for seniors, so I should be okay.
I will stick with my excellent ping pong skills because they're excellent.
There you go.
I can play some damn ping pong. Carter wants to come in. You want to bring in Carter? Hey, why not?
If Carter can come in and replace me, I'll call it a night then.
You're going to call it a night? I wasn't going to go much longer, to be honest with you.
We're an hour and a half. I thought this was going to be an hour show. The World Series wrapped up. Dodgers win. I want to start fresh tomorrow.
Well, I know people are wanting to get on here and talk about this stuff. That's how it is.
Yeah, first
Wrestling
time
doesn't happen. Yes, Joshua.
Won't let me play pickleball. I'm not allowed to play hockey anymore, or baseball, or pickleball even. But I'm going to sneak a pickleball game in. I can't play basketball.
Let me warm up my coffee
golf
to handle.
Golf is where it's at.
I can't play golf either.
That's not good.
I got the 4 steel rods in my neck, so I can't play.
Yeah, well, that makes it a little tough.
Yeah, a little tough, but yeah, I was a hell of an athlete back in my day, boys. But not anymore. Not anymore.
If you're gonna do it all out, right?
Oh, I went all out.
There you go.
Out, cracked my neck. Glennie liked to drop
all out there.
I like to drop the mitts, and that got me in trouble as a young hockey player. So that's why my wife knows if I ever get fired up and the teeth come out, she goes, "Oh Jesus, kids, down to the basement."
Yeah, guys, cover your eyes.
Oh yeah, it gets pretty fiery. So pickleball. The only thing I've heard, I've seen players in the pickleball court, but maybe it's different when you're actually playing. But oh my God, doesn't it get annoying, boys? It's that.
No, I absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome when I'm
it's
hitting the
snap of the ball,
just rattling it.
Yeah,
hitting it back.
It's like everything that's fun about tennis, just like not quite as fast. It's super. It's
and
much more manageable.
Smaller too, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not a tough son of a gun anymore. I was back in the day, man. Paying the price now, though. Practically an invalid over here.
All right, back.
I scared Eric when I showed him my war wounds, my surgeries, I said, "Look, Eric, look how flat my neck is." He's like, "Whoa!"
When you can't turn your neck and you have to do this.
Oh yeah, I did that the whole game. Eric's like, "Look at that!" I'm like,
"Oh no,
what?"
Yeah, I was like, "Man, dude."
And of course, we were talking to everyone at our game there that Sunday afternoon, and I was like, "What? Yeah, you want to sit over here?" Everybody was talking to everybody, and it was like I was stuck in the middle. We had the Germans to the right. We had the Asians to the left. Eric was making friends there. Then the Germans, they were like, "Hey, buddy," they want to. I'm like, Eric's like, "You took over." My wife's like, "Maybe we should just move to another section." The Eric fan club has arrived. That was a good day.
Exactly. Here we go.
It was a good day.
Rizzo deserves some blame too. You have to hustle the first base. Oh, bro. That was so bad. Yes, Johnny. That was, that whole sequence was just bad. Maybe because they were on the field for so long, Johnny. Maybe they freaking, I don't know.
If he hustled to first base, do you think he had time to get him?
I don't know, because
I don't think so.
That was running up the line. But the problem is, Cole quit, man. So what was Rizzo to do if your pitcher quits on you and you ain't getting to the bag?
Yeah. You know what, Eric? There was a few pitchers that did that in the postseason. I think a Cleveland pitcher did that a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah.
We saw that earlier. It's been a long postseason. We saw that a couple of times where the pitcher didn't cover it all.
Yes.
I've certainly seen it at the Giants ballpark.
I was going to say Camilo Duvall.
Yeah.
Camilo Duvall.
I know I've seen it before.
Ooh, look at that. Yankees expected to pick up Boone's option. Yankee fans going ballistic after this emotional series. Can't blame them, man. That was a tough one today. Was there a chance? Come on, you're down 3-1. But
Eric,
still,
I hate to see a guy lose his job over it, and I didn't think he would get fired. However, didn't his managerial decisions in game 1 set the stage for what transpired?
Yes. This could have been a totally different series if he went to freaking Tim Hill rather than freaking Nestor Cortez.
Let's bring in a guy who hasn't pitched in a month and a half. I still don't understand it, and I never will. And has he ever come out? Has there ever been an explanation why he did it? What he was doing with the bullpen? I haven't heard.
I think he came out the next day.
I didn't hear anything about that, and I would have liked to know what the answer was and why you bring in a cold, ice cold pitcher who you wonder why he's even on the roster in the postseason.
Right.
They did the same thing with the Mets with what's his face.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, I haven't pitched all long, and then let's throw you into the postseason.
Kodai Senga. I thought that was amazing too.
Yeah.
Heckmo, look at this. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk to you again.
There you go.
You know what that is, Eric?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, what is it? What song's that?
What isn't that The Sound of Silence, isn't it?
There you go.
Hey, look at that. Hey, Glenn.
Yeah. Had to toss you a pickleball for that one. That's an easy one.
One night in Bangkok. We'll make
one night in Bangkok.
We'll make a hard man humble. It will make a hard man.
Pardon? What?
It will make a hard man humble.
I don't want to know anything about a man who's hard.
Man.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. As in, come on, man.
Your department.
Come on.
I'm staying clear of that one.
Come on, right.
I need the big Eric yelling of "Come on, man."
Come on, man.
Come on, dude. Come on, man.
There we go.
Best
Eric line ever.
Chardal just went to the other channel. How do you know, Mo?
What's up?
I love it. How do you know, Mo? Although Chardal does have a way of doing that.
Who cares?
Oh yeah, Carter was in here. There he is.
Oh, he was. There he is.
He was in the green room. I never noticed. There he is.
I didn't hear the beep. Did you hear the beep? I didn't hear the beep.
No, you were talking about a hard.
Get out of here, man.
Oh Lord, hard.
What's up, Carter? So where's that little post-it note, man? What was your prediction?
I don't know where I put it.
Oh,
I don't know where I put it.
Sounds suspicious to me, Eric. Sounds very suspicious.
I didn't have a prediction for this series. I had a prediction for the previous one, but
Carter, may I relive history and remind you that you said the Yankees and the Dodgers were going out in the first round. Not one of them was going out in the final round. And I'll also remind you, I said the Yankees and Dodgers would meet in the World Series and that the Dodgers would win in 5. Actually in 6, but
Glenn,
pretty damn
I'm going to do something right now, and it might be a little loud, but please forgive me.
why? Why? Just why? Why
Where
did it have
is
to be
the,
them? Why did it have to be them? Of all the teams in the world, it had to be the Dodgers, the evil's team, Satan's favorite team, a team that no godly person should like. Everybody that roots for that team,
calm down, Carter.
Satanist. Why
Calm
did anyone? Sorry, no.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, that's all I need to say. Except for Benji. Benji's a good dude. Ramley, all those dogs who come into the chat here, great people. I'm just. What?
Yeah, Eddie. I'm feeling you. Eddie, I'm feeling you.
I hate everything right now.
Well, not everything. Come on.
Okay, not everything.
Yeah, the only thing I hate is the fact that we got no baseball tomorrow. It's always a letdown for me.
Yeah, that's bad.
Wake up tomorrow. Guess what, Eric? No game tomorrow.
No game. Yeah, that's it. That's no game for a while.
I like being a football fan. As soon as the Giants are out of postseason contention, I become a football fan, and that's all that matters.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately,
5 months, no ball.
Now I'm just going to be following more of what's going on in the world.
Yeah, there you go.
There we
Resurgence of the
Jeez, we're
military.
dropping more rocket fire today, Eric.
Oh, there's more than that going on. Boy, there's a
Yeah.
dude.
Apparently they hit a well, it looks like it behind you there. Looks like they hit a residential area, did they not today?
It's been happening on a daily occurrence, man. Yeah.
16
nothing new.
Killed, innocent.
Yeah, I know. It's a mess, man. Again, war.
Are we going to have a military? Hey, when I'm away, there's a good opportunity. Drop in a little military short show.
Yeah, I might.
Military history.
I might. Yeah, no, I'm not. I am not doing a show on election night. Hell to the no.
Goodness.
It's
no Giants show?
I am not. No, we'll do Giants. I'm not doing military. I'm talking about military history. I
was like, what happened to 365?
No. I rather talk. I'm not going to even touch that with a freaking 30-foot pole because it's going to be just like how it's been this whole time. It's going to be divisive. It's going to just be. People are going to be losing their minds, and I'm not going to deal with that shit.
Guys, Eric talking about 30-foot poles and hard men. It's time for me to bow out. I am done. I gotta return my bell to the hotel, and I will see you tomorrow night, Eric, when we begin a fresh new era of the show. It's called Giants Sports Talk Live.
Yeah, how about that? It's back.
Yeah.
It's back. All right, Glenn, you got it, dude?
Schmuck number 2 signing out.
All right, take it easy, Glenn. All right.
Glenn.
There was Glenn. There's 4 left. Oh, man. Dude, to be honest with you, I don't even know what else to talk about. I see Johnny was talking about the shift. I guess New York. To be honest with you, I wasn't even paying attention to whether they were shifting or not. And, of course, Dodgers, they shift quite often. Did that play a role? Maybe. It might have. The biggest, again, the elephant in the room was just the defensive miscues in that 5th inning was absolutely just criminal, man. Oh, yeah. You know what? You guys want to get into that article? It's huge. Hold on one second.
The Eldridge article?
Yeah.
No, that sounds great.
Here we go. Again, this is by Andrew Baggerly through The Athletic, guys. If you guys want to subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Baggerly puts out some great work. Here we go. Title, Bryce Eldred's Arizona Fall League stint ends. Giants pleased with his work. Giants saw what they wanted to see from the slugging prospect in Bryce Eldred's brief experience in the Arizona Fall League. The .293 average in 10 games was an encouraging sign against advanced competition, especially at the end of a long season in which he was been promoted 3 times. Went from low A San Jose all the way to AAA SAC. The 2 home runs and 3 doubles were welcome sights, too, especially when he flashed power that played to all fields. And it's impressive that Eldredge continued to thrive while being among the youngest players at this level. It's pretty big. Eldredge's first AFL home run and opposite field blast at Peoria Sports Complex on October 17th came on his last competitive swing as a teenager. He celebrated his 20th birthday 3 days later, so he is now 20. But what the Giants really wanted to see from Eldredge happened in the hours before the games in a mostly empty ballpark and triple-digit heat. They wanted the organization's best power-hitting prospect in recent memory to pass a master class in playing first base. The at-bats he got were helpful, but not the priority, Giants farm director Kyle Haynes said in a phone interview. The priority was getting him more innings on defense and more early work with coaches. Look at this. One of those coaches was former Giants all-star first baseman and current special assistant Will Clark, who spent several days working intensively with Eldredge in Arizona. Another was longtime infield and bench coach Ron Wotus, who began work with Eldredge in Sacramento. The opportunity to work with Wotus was among the reasons Eldredge was promoted to Sacramento for the final week of the season. Dennis Pelfrey, who managed Eldredge's blink and you missed it stint in 9 games at AA Richmond, headed up AFL's Scottsdale team and was a critical part of the crash course this fall, overseeing early work and talking through the game situations. Those added reps are the biggest benefit, Haynes said. He's learning the intricacies of the position. He's working with new pitchers, new teammates, even something like fielding balls against the left-handed power hitters who make harder contact than your average A-ball hitter. Gave him a bigger defensive library of experience. Eldredge has been a speed reader almost from the moment the Giants took him in the first round in 2023 out of James Madison High School in Virginia. 6'7" left-handed hitter, arrived at the hazy idea to develop as a two-way player. He started on the mound and at the plate for Team USA's under-18 team while winning the World Cup MVP honors. But his irresistible hitting talent upon his arrival in pro ball made it clear that his bat would create his highest ceiling. It was a mild surprise at the start of the past season when the Giants officials moved Eldredge from right field, where he could better utilize his plus arm strength to first base. Haynes said the position switch was made because of Eldredge's outfield range had been better in short bursts rather than lengthier routes that are often required of right fielders in a giant spacious park. I don't think anyone is saying that he can't play right field. It's not out of the question in the future, but it's easier to move someone from the dirt to the outfield. It's very hard later in a player's career to move from the outfield to the dirt. So we wanted to create first base as an option for him right away. Eldredge's height is both an advantage at first base and a talent challenge to overcome. He worked with Wotus and Clark on his pre-pitch routine and his technique at first, widening his setup and lowering his center of gravity in order to get his glove to the dirt more easily. Most of the crash course, though, was about reading game situations, working on bunt plays, and honing decision-making skills. Perhaps it seems counterintuitive for the Giants to prioritize defense with their best hitting prospect in more than a decade, but it's precisely because Eldredge's bat appears so ready that his defensive skills merited extra work at the conclusion of a long season. I like to hear that, to be honest with you.
Yep.
It's possible that Eldredge could make his major league debut as a 20-year-old next season. And with the Giants expected to stress a return to fundamental baseball following Buster Posey's ascension to president of baseball operations, They'll need Eldridge to arrive with well-rounded skills. Haynes expects that well-rounded approach to govern player development under Posey's leadership. Shouldn't that be something that was already being done? Right? Well-rounded, isn't that something you want with any organization?
Yeah.
What the hell was Posey doing? Or what the hell was Farhan doing, man? I personally think players are rushed too fast through the minor leagues, said Haynes, whose initial thought at the start of the past season was to leave Eldridge in San Jose all year. I can't remember a time in my life when I saw players going through the minors with so little experience just being on the bases, being on the mound. It's not just the Giants, it's the whole league. You want players to defeat each level, but the definition of defeating is different depending on who you talk to. I'm confident that we'll make sure each player is extremely well-rounded and defeating each level, not just with batting average or ERA or their homer total, but with their overall mentality. This is, okay, can I talk about this real quick? This is important because I said that Luciano was a guy that was probably rushed through. Matos may have been a guy who rushed through, even though he succeeded at the MLB level to an extent. Because they wanted to get his bat, right? I don't think they did. He was not ready to be in the big leagues yet. Talking about Luciano, I think he needed some, as Kyle Haynes said, he needed to be a little bit more well-rounded, especially when you're talking about your mentality. Because that's tough. Just, it's equally as hard to mentally be in the game than it is to have your physical attributes. So if you don't have that, locked in and ready to play MLB ball, man, it's going to be tough for you. It's going to be difficult. So I like to hear that from Kyle Haynes. It makes me sound like maybe they didn't do the right things under Farhan. Isn't that what it sounds like?
I think Bart is a case study for that.
Hey, Bart's another one.
I think that in addition to him having to fill the shoes of Posey, coming right off of him retiring, screwed him up. I don't get the same feeling that
maybe Kyle Harrison too.
Maybe to an extent. I don't know. The verdict is still out on him, but I feel like for Eldridge, which is cool, he's not replacing anyone. He's coming in. First base is like whatever.
Wide open.
I think of a dude with like VR as well. Another really good example of someone who I think was maybe not quite ready, or if he was ready, his shortcomings in the majors kind of screwed his mental status and his confidence, and thus just cascading effect of he's just not good anymore. So I feel that for guys like that, I feel like a change of scenery is the only way of fixing them, i.e. Bart going to the Pirates and whatever.
Right.
I agree.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
He goes on to say we're going to emphasize well-rounded player. If a player has to be fast-tracked, they'll have to exhibit well-roundedness and not just skill development in any one area. Interesting.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder.
Yeah.
Here we go. Will Eldridge be fast-tracked to the big leagues? That's a really good question for Buster Posey, Haynes said with a laugh. The one thing I'm certain of, he's going to have to develop in the big leagues in some areas. But when players put on a Giants uniform at Oracle Park, we don't want them to have big league skills in some areas and playing at an A-ball level in others. Eldridge matched his second fall league homer on October 22nd. He had 4 hits in his final 8 at-bats. But as fun as it is to watch the organization watch him swing the bat, the Giants determined that he'd accomplish what he was brought to Arizona to do.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at this kid, he can be a top player. Like from what I've heard about this guy, he can be one of the best. But after however long we've had Farhan run our prospects, run our system, and do everything else and all the horrific stuff he's done, I don't need to rush this. That's all I can say. If this kid needs more time to cook, if he needs more time to get better, if he has a certain issue, like he said, if he has a single A aspect of his game that needs to go up to triple A, then give him as much time as you want. I can wait. Like I've waited 6 years the last 6 years for a good chance at this thing to play good baseball again. I can wait another 2 years. I can give this more time.
Right.
Yeah, and he's only 20. Like recently. So
just recently. Yeah, he's just turned 20.
I think that if you bring him up, he officially is on the 40-man roster until he's either not a Giant or gets hurt.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think the play with him is to send him up. Oh, yeah, he's struggling a little bit. Send him down.
I don't see the up and down. I don't see the yo-yo. Right.
I really don't think that that's what you do with this dude. I think you just either he learns the hard way in the major leagues or you don't bring him up until he's fully ready. So,
right. The last paragraph in this is telling. It was unseasonably hot even for Arizona, and he was losing weight, getting thin. Haynes said of Eldridge, who hit 292, 23 homers, and 519 plate appearances across all full season levels. So we thought the best thing was to let him go home and get ready for spring training.
Love it.
That tells you he's getting a
invite. Yep.
He's getting an invite. There's no doubt about it. Even with all that being said,
I mean,
the guy's getting an invitation to spring training. Who knows, man? It's a possibility he makes the team right out of spring training. Again, if he shows he could do it, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd love to see it. Like I said, I just hope that if they do bring him up, I still am kind of, and I don't really know because it'll be more telling with what they do with Wade and Flores in the offseason, or if they pick up some dude like a what's it called? The dude from the Cardinals. I'm drawing a blank. The first baseman,
Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah. If they do something like that, then I could absolutely see them calling him up right off the rip, and that they'll just go back and forth with that. Or one will be a DH, one won't be, so on and so forth. But if they don't do that, then I could see what they did with Ramos with Eldridge and call him up a couple months into the season, let him get some reps in AAA and just acquainted, make sure the wheels are still on, that type of deal. But I don't know. We'll see. Either way, whenever they call him up, he needs to just stay up.
Yeah, Benji, great. Thank you. Appreciate it. We kind of went over that before. We're going to do it again for sure. But the free agent list, a lot of pitching, not a whole lot of position players. To be honest,
I feel like the last couple years haven't been great.
Next year's going to be even worse. I mean, you got Soto, you got Adames, you got Alonso.
That's it, though.
That's like very top heavy. Yeah, it's very top heavy. Like in the past few years, it's like you got 5 times.
Bregman will be a guy.
Teoscar?
Is Teoscar a product of? Is he a product of where he's at? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. I don't think so. I think he's pretty solid.
I'd agree with Dilly.
Same with what's his face.
What about Glaber?
Profar might be a product of where he's at.
Ooh, Profar.
Yeah. Profar was I think it's with the Rockies,
and then
different.
With Teoscar, I think it's a little different because Teo he was good in Toronto and Seattle, so
he's always hit for power. He's always been okay with average.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, I gotta look at this guy real quick.
Yeah,
Profar is interesting though because he was super high rated prospect and then was with the Rockies and then went to the Padres and then immediately just found a home there. So I'll be curious as to what's going on with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
maybe it is stride.
I mean, all I can say is this: like, I can only quote from my favorite artist of all time and say, it's the off season. Like, let's have some fun with it, Like, let's talk about it. And this is, I said this at the end of my other show, like, it's so nice that we can actually like come into this chat, come into this room, have this show, and actually say to each other, we could get Soto, we could get Adames, we could get Bichette, we could get this guy or that guy, we could go get Burns or Snell, and we can say to ourselves, like, this is actually possible now.
Yeah.
I feel something again.
Thank you, Posey.
Yeah, because I feel like this is the first year too where we've well, obviously you have to see how it goes, but at least on paper, it's like we've basically been told that they want to compete, where I feel like in the past couple of years with Farhan, we never got that clear view of like they actually wanted to.
Yeah, is it a rebuild or is it we're winning now? Yeah. It's like that purgatory
that
in between.
Again, exactly. I'm telling you, man. But if you go through a rebuild after a rebuild, it sounds like
not rebuilding.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere then.
It sounds so bad, especially a club such as the Giants. That sounds like an Oakland A's, a Chicago White Sox, a freaking Miami Marlins type of thing.
Colorado Rockies.
No, right? Colorado Rockies. Jesus, that team. Listen. Okay, listen. I say this to myself all the time. We had a bad couple of years, but at least we're not the White Sox or something like that.
That is a good point.
Yeah. Listen. You know how hard it is to lose that many games?
It is a conundrum in the sense that we are all salty about winning, like basically being a 500 team for the last 3 years or so. There is a very deep and dark hole that we could have fallen down and been the Rockies. Like those dudes would kill to be a Giants fan.
No,
or have their beloved White Sox be anywhere near halfway 500 team.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for those dudes. So we got to count ourselves a little lucky that we didn't end up being that bad. It's just, I think that, I mean, I'm looking at the dogs on this team, Ramos, Fitz, Patty, a bunch of other. Jung-Hoo Lee is going to be back next year, fully healthy, and we're going to have opportunity with Logan on the mound. Maybe we can get some guys back, but at least this next year, we don't have to worry about like, oh, is Farhan going to keep screwing this up?
Look at this.
I saw that earlier.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
I like it.
Let's go. Even though that jersey
that won't be there.
I like it.
Yeah.
That jersey was so good. I was so mad when they had to get rid of it.
What is this? Look at this reply.
Yeah, I like the creamsicle.
I wonder what this reply. Well, look at this reply.
Oh, gee.
I wonder.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen that one.
That is.
I didn't see this guy play this video earlier.
Eric,
I've never seen
that ever in my life.
What is that?
What is that? What kind of reply is that, man?
Whoa.
Goodness gracious.
What?
Check that out.
Yeah, it looks so professionally done.
Yeah,
it's a great video.
That?
Wow.
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, I wonder who did it. It was so
Eric,
great.
I knew exactly when you were about to play that too. Just the timing on that was like perfect.
Oh,
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. I don't miss a beat.
I
don't miss a beat, man.
Nope.
And you know what? Look. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
You know what? You know what it is? You know what? It's really easy to do. There's a lot of people. Some people have a like for Senior, for example. He has a very good thought process in why he wouldn't come and maybe the direction. That's fine. But for people out there to arbitrarily just say, nah, Soto's not coming. Soto's not coming. It's like, come on, man. Be a fan. At least be a fan.
Yeah.
At least get excited. Look, if you get let down, you get let down. Big deal. You're a Giants fan. You're used to it. But at least have that hope. Have that hope and say, you know what? Come on, let's go. Let's go get it done, man. We're the San Francisco Giants. Do you want to look up to the Diamondbacks, the Padres?
Oh, God.
And let me repeat this.
I didn't like that.
You want to look up. You were looking up to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And the Padres.
San Diego Padres. And the 2024 World Series champions, Los Angeles Dodgers. Really? Seriously? Come on. Is that what you want? Hey.
No.
Just saying, man.
I said this.
Just saying.
I said this a couple weeks ago when Farhan was fired and Buster became GM or president of baseball operations. Sorry. I want to knock the Dodgers off their effing perch. I don't want to hear a damn thing from them after we end up being good. But no offense to Benji. Benji is a dog. We love Benji. We love Ramley. We love all these people from Los Angeles.
Johnny Owen, man, he's awesome. BC, yeah. Benji, the Rounder, Jim Everett. He's been here since the beginning. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, we love these people. This is the community. These are our people.
It's having fun, man. It's having fun.
Awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's having fun.
But yeah, I'm gonna.
Come
But to talk about what you said, Eric, it's like to just Senior. You're right about how Senior talks about this because he is right about a lot of the factors that might be.
Oh
an
yeah,
issue with
no
Soto.
doubt. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I get what he's saying.
But,
I totally get it.
But the people who just flat out say no, like just no. I don't get live a little, laugh a little, have fun, Go to Margaritaville.
People being like, well, why would we pay him $650 million? It's like,
why not?
Do you want to win, or do you want to keep going with these cheap, 1 year, 3-year deals with an opt out in the, Okay, that's the one thing I loved that what's his name said after the presser, like the Posey introduction press conference, is he does not want the like opt out kind of deals, which
I hate that shit. It's dumb.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like I'm so tired of that.
Look, if you opt out maybe after 4 years or 5, okay, I get it. That makes sense.
It's like you give them a 10-year deal and there's like an opt out in the 5th year or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Reasonable.
But to sit there and do it after 1 year, like, get out of here.
Yeah, it's like
Benji, you encompassed exactly what it's about. It's just a sport at the end of the day. We love baseball. That's why I love. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Benji's great.
And we appreciate you, Benji. No doubt about it.
I've had so many great conversations with Benji. He's just the best, man.
Oh, he's awesome, man. The dude's awesome.
He's a great dude. Great person.
For a Dodger fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Kidding.
You'll only be so great.
Nothing but respect. But
oh man,
I'm just I feel a little apathetic after tonight, but I also feel a little excitement, I'm like, let's see what happens. I mean, worst comes to worst, we look at this year. I say this, worst comes to worst about this next year, like it's an observation year where we see what happens. I mean, if we don't have Soto, worst comes to worst, we just look at this year like, oh yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can solidify that core of people and see if we can start building something to go at them.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know who I'm talking about. But
the Tampa Bay Rays.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, where are they going to
play? Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Yeah. I love it. Ain't Tampa Bay.
No,
they ain't playing in no Tampa Bay.
They'll play in Sacramento with the A's.
No, yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know where they're going to play. That's
they'll rent out the Coliseum.
They might talk to the Yankees about their like spring training stadium.
Are they also getting a new stadium? Or
yeah, they are. Like in the next few years. They got to get out of that trash stadium, though. That place deserved to be destroyed even before the hurricane.
Oh, the Oakland A's go to Sacramento, and the Tampa Bay Rays go to Oakland.
Exactly. There you go.
Wouldn't that be something, dude?
Honestly, that would be such a big improvement.
I feel so bad for A's fans, though.
No.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Because it's not part of the A's, because Oakland owns it. So they can, if they want to, they can.
You can sell tickets. You can sell tickets.
It has nothing to do with the A's. Oh, that would be something, dude.
Yeah, that would be.
And you know what would be funny too? It kind of sounds the same. The Oakland Rays.
Oh, the Oakland Rays.
Oh. But you know what? I got a feeling San Francisco would have something to say about it.
Yeah, poor J. Cole.
Do you guys think the Giants will get a new stadium like anytime soon?
No,
it's Oracle Park.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful place. I would never go anywhere else in baseball.
They might have to do a refurbishment on it or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just wouldn't want them to do like what they did with the Niners, where it's like in a, like. I mean, I like Niners Stadium, but like, where they just put it in like a bunch of office building.
Office building, right across the street from Great America.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just so excited though. Like, I'm so excited. Like for the first time in a long time, I'm actually like let's go.
I might actually finally go to a game because I haven't gone to one in like years.
I know.
Bad.
But that's what Farhan Zaidi did to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
He turned a bunch of like incredible like Hikaru talks about this all the time. Like, I'm never going to a Giants game as long as Farhan Zaidi's tenured as the GM.
Right, that makes sense. I get it. That's honorable, dude. Absolutely,
100%. Me too. So
100%, man.
But and now look, he might come to a game. He might come and see us. Like,
maybe.
Come on.
Like, that'd be awesome, dude. That'd be awesome.
The greatest saying that I've kind of coined for baseball because it's true. You can say it about individual games. You can say it about the offseason, is that it's not over until it's over.
Correct. 100%.
I mean, that's
the beauty of baseball, man.
Exactly. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's just.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to let you guys get going. I'm going to close this down. I'm getting tired. We're going on 2 hours and 10 minutes. But you guys hung in here from the very beginning. Thanks, Giants Report. Dilly, appreciate it. Carter, thank you, man.
Dilly, Brian, good to see you guys.
We will see you guys tomorrow. I'm sure you guys will probably see you guys tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for having us. All right.
You betcha, man.
Very much.
See ya. All right, guys. Let me close this mother down. To recap, a dark day has befallen Giants fandom. The loathsome, the despicable, the hatred of the Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series. Okay, just keep that in the back of your mind when we go into this offseason, okay, guys? We demand more from our San Francisco Giants. Now we're going to get more into San Francisco Giants talk every single day of the offseason, which should be a lot of fun. We'll probably be opening up the quote-unquote phone lines, the link, because I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, too, during the offseason, especially when deals start going down. You can catch it here. Any type of big deal goes down, even if it has nothing to do with the Giants, but maybe a potential player who we wanted for the Giants, we'll go ahead and we'll be covering that. Again, if Juan Soto does sign with the San Francisco Giants, be another 12-hour marathon. That should be a lot of fun. I had fun doing that with the Farhan. That was a lot of fun. Even though it was 12 hours, I had a lot of fun. It was good times. You guys supported us the whole way through. Good times. Again, guys, thanks for joining tonight. You can catch us tomorrow. We will now be going every day at 8 o'clock. That's going to be our normal time, since now we don't have to worry about a post-game. And yes, Morcana, there will be a lot of coffee. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, every day is going to be 8 o'clock, since we don't have to worry about no post-game. So yeah, every day, 8 o'clock, talking Giants. Sometimes they'll be kind of long. Sometimes they'll be short, all depending on what's going on out there. All right, guys. For those of you who are celebrating Halloween tomorrow, have fun with all the kiddos. I'll be on here. They're probably going to hear me talking because my window is right out here, but I'm kind of being an asshole this year. I'm not handing out candy. Last year I put a damn, a TV tray with some candy for people to take, and I kept filling it up. Little bastards freaking threw my damn bowl in our yard. I was pissed off. So guess what? No candy this year. But you know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be sitting right here talking to you guys as these people are walking by my window here, and I'll cuss at them. I don't care. But yeah, I'm not doing that tomorrow. But for those of you who do have children, you guys go have fun out there. It should be a nice day tomorrow. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast or anything. I think it's supposed to be fairly pleasant. So it should be fun. For those of you who want to celebrate Halloween, and goodness, man, I can't believe it's already Halloween. Before you know it, Christmas is going to be here. I'm telling you, time flies. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining. Appreciate y'all. Had a fun talking. Appreciate Dilly coming on. Giants Report came on. Carter, of course, Glenn. Ibrahim was on earlier. Had a great conversation. MHC time. Yes, I'm going to have to do that here soon. There is no D-Shot. Yes, I will have to do that. I'll have to do that soon because there is a lot of stuff going on out there. And maybe I'll do it before the election. I'll have to do one before the election time. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to do one during the election, though. I've already kind of gave my reasons why. So, all right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock sharp Pacific time. Until then, woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.